Good evening and welcome to the campus of Immanuel Lutheran High School for today's matchup between the Osseo-Fairchild Thunder and your Immanuel Lutheran Lancers. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able. Take off your hats as we honor our nation and the men and women who support our freedom at home and abroad with the playing of our national anthem. Immanuel Lutheran High School, Osseo-Fairchild High School, and the WIA require good sportsmanship at education-based sporting events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. Now for today's lineup, the starting lineup for the Thunder. Junior number 15, Emma Lingen. Junior number 21, Noel Kiso. Sophomore number 23, Julia Whelan. Sophomore number 2, Gianna Sheffer. And senior number 42, Michaela Kiso. The Thunder coached by Ben Miller and assisted by Kelsey Higley. And now for your Lancers. Senior number 11, Becky Nelner. Junior number 14, Gwyneth Gergel. Junior number 15, Savannah Quaid. Freshman number 21, Paige Goodman. And senior number 24, Gabby Radical. Lancer coached by Missy Nelner, assisted by Christian Goodman. Enjoy the game.
Hello and welcome to today's matchup between the Immanuel Lutheran Lancers and the Osseo-Fairchild Thunder. Tip won by the Thunder into the hands of Kiesel. She'll swing up the floor to Whelan. Cookie to the corner. Takes to the paint. Gonna step in. Tips back high. Gonna be handled. Swings it around. Hands back off the top to Kiesel. To the paint. 1-on-1 with Quay. Gonna kick it back out. Back up top. Spinning, now have options, she'll step through, has a lane, forced back out, got him through for Kiesel, won't take it. Steps inside, little floater, comes up short, tipped out of the hands of Nelner, a foul going to be called on Steffer. First foul, that gives a chance to move the Lancers here, currently 9-6 on the year, 8-5 in conference, 13th in E5, 157th in Wisconsin. Last game coming as a loss against Blair Taylor by 3 in a close one. on the road. As they ended up losing both of those games to Blair Taylor in their regular season series. Finds Quaid in the paint, trying to dribble it, ends up going off a foot. Jump ball going to be called, which will stay with the Lancers as we're going to crack at it in their first offensive possession. Pass will come in from Nelner. They give it to Quaid. Back to Radical. Radical fakes, going to step inside for a closer look. Draws the foul, can't quite finish. He'll head to the line to take 2 free throws. And already the second team foul on the Thunder. As it goes against number 32, Sheffer, who now has 2. Radicals first with the rims out, currently a 58.4% free throw shooter. Taking her first 2 very early tonight, didn't take her first free throws till the second half last game. As Sheffer forced to head to the bench, entering in for her is Beck, who fouled out in that JV game. As Radical's second will fall. 1 for 2, puts him up 1-0. Sorry, that was not Becker, that was Dunahay. He did not foul on that JV game, but got fairly close to end up with 3. To the corner, Kisau. Deeper corner, looking for an option to go back to Kisau, ends up bouncing through to Dunahay. The fake, look for a kick out, and a travel going to be called. Lancers still holding their own on defense. Got the 1-0 lead on the other end, trying to extend it here with Gergel back up the floor. And then hand it off to Nelner. As Radical coming high, won't give it to her. Nelner going to step inside. Cut off on the baseline. Radical there for the kick out. Wide open 3, won't take it. Step inside, hands off to Nelner. Nelner will take the 3. Bounce off the inside, rebound Radical. The jump ball going back to the Thunder. This is a chance to see what the Thunder been doing all year. 1-15 in their 1 win against Lake Holcomb. 88th in D4, 428th in Wisconsin. Looking for their first conference win here tonight. Lancers beat them in the first matchup. As Radical going to take it away early. Kicks forward into the hands of Gergel. And foul called against Kisau. And now the third team foul already for the Thunder in just the first minute and 34 seconds. It'll be a pass in from Milner. We'll get it into Gergel. Milner goes corner, we'll hand it off to her. Takes to Quaid, Milner steps in. Back up and around up top. Gets over to Gergel. Finds no one in the paint, back up top with Milner. The paint with Quaid. Quaid will turn, back out Radical. Steps inside, kick back out. Nelner open 3, won't take this one. In the paint with Quaid, back on top with Gergel. Gergel steps inside, goes back out. High to Nelner. Nelner up top and reset. Back to Gergel. Takes to her inside. Need a screen poked out of her hands. Gergel will maintain it. Back over to Nelner. Nelner steps out, finds Quaid. Quaid turns. Kick out, Goodman. First 3 of the night. Rims out. Rebound Nelner. Spinning inside. Kicked out into the hands of Quaid. Quaid hands off to Goodman. Back up high with Gergel. Gergel steps around, hands off Radical. Radical need 2. Thinks about it but won't take it. Thunder staying strong on defense. Lancers got the 1 lift from Goodman. Got to get anything inside so far as possession. Now over a minute long. Tipped out of her hands. Ball on the floor. Now picks it up. Draws the foul. Head to the line to take 2. So long possession ends up going back to the free throw line for the second time in a row. And now the 4th team foul is still going against Kisau, who now has 2 as well. As Nelman gets the first free throw. Currently a 38.5% free throw shooter. As Kisau and Sheffer both with 2 fouls. Entering in for Kisau is Sieg. So not even 3 minutes in. And a couple of Thunder already on the bench, possibly for the majority of this first half. As Lydia prepares to check in early for Nelner, as she misses her second free throw. Kicked away by Radical, keeps possession alive. High with Nelner, she'll drive inside, pulls up. Off the corner, rebound Radical, right back up and in. Radical's got 3, and the lead's up 3-0. It's over to Whelan. Fakes. Up. Corner, gonna send it back high, open 3 to tie the game. Bounces out. By Dunahay. Triple team, gets blocked. Tipped up in the air. Saved by Nelner. Nelner will try and push it. Foul on a room in front of her. She'll slow it down. Sends it up high to Gurgle. Back to Nelner. Takes it to the paint. Nelner drives around with a lane all the way in. And foul on the way in. Team foul number 5. It'll be a pass in baseline as Lydia will check in for Milner. Foul goes against Lingen, her first. And it'll be Lydia who will pass it in baseline. Lydia, nice JV night. Ended up with 10 of the 17 in that first half. Which ended up proving important as Radical comes up short. And foul going to be called against Radical. First team foul on the Lancers, first one against Radical as well. As the Thunder will take it back up the floor. Despite all the fouls, only down 3. And they haven't gotten many looks on the offensive end. Just in the corner here with Sieg. Skip pass high. Swatted away by Gurgle. And over the backcourt by Kiesau. Sends one back high to Whelan. Back to Kiesau. Takes corner. Gonna go back high. Whelan steps in. No look. Back to Kiesau. The corner. Good look at the 3, won't take it. Steps inside. Lydia forces the jump ball. And that's going back to the Lancers. Here go up top. Finds Lydia. That's some space, won't take it. To the paint with Quaid. Quaid to one-on-one. Steps through. Little fade. The ring's out. And rebounded inside. And Radical with a one-man press. Eventually it'll be broken. Across the line. Off and up. Over and back. Did not establish her feet in the front court. She had to jump over to try to avoid it, couldn't avoid it, and now it's going right back to the Lancers. Slowing away, Radical one-man press, did a little bit of work on that one. Thunder forced call timeout. 13:30 to go, very low scoring game. Lancers with 3 as they lead at 3-0 with 13:38 to go. Back with the timeout, 3-0 lead for the Lancers. They've kept it mostly on the offensive end, having possession over a minute long. Only have 3 points to show for it with 13:35 and counting. Gurgle up top. Corner to Lydia. Takes. Finds Radical. Radical turn. Think about it. Steps all the way through. Handled inside. Rebound Quaid. Can't finish. This time she does. Couple of rebounds for Quaid. She gets on the board for the first time tonight as Quaid averaging 5.9 points per game. Gets her first tee fairly early here, at least for her. And up top will be Kiesau. Swings a corner. Pressure comes, swings up, tipped and taken away by Radical. Her second steal of the night. She's all on the other end. And will finish with ease. 5 for Radical. Second steal already, averages 4.6, end up with 7 in her last game. 6 of those being in the first half. Steps through, gonna kick it out. Takes, gonna go corner. Drives in baseline. Almost Radical, bad angle, gonna send it back out. Quaid gets a hand on it, it's being flipped out. And handled by the Thunder. Back up high. Swings it corner. To the paint, spinning around with a lane inside. Donahue is fouled by Radical, her second. So after 5 quick fouls by the Thunder, Radical picks up 2 quick ones. Only 2 team fouls for the Lancers, but Radical, big part of this team. Can't afford to get a bunch early, already with 2. Radical has yet to foul out all year and has not had trouble with foul trouble most of the year. Donahue hits her first free throw. For the first point of the game for the Thunder. That's the lead down to 6 as Radical to the bench for could be up to 5 to 7 minutes. They don't want to avoid getting her third this early in the game. As Donahue's second free throw fall as well. Donahue one of the better free throw shooters. Just take a decent amount of that JV game and missed only one. Gurgle spinning around to the baseline, to the paint. Nelner. Goodman drives in, and he'll bank it in on the way in. Now offense starting to get going for both teams. The Lancers have now 9 ranked, up by 7 currently. The finish, and a foul going to be called. The second now on Lingen. So 16 fouls, and only 3 of the Thunder have fouled, but they all have 2. So not very spread out. They will keep Lingen in with those 2 fouls. The other 2 remain out with theirs. There's only 4 people with fouls. Radical with 2 as well. So not very spread out for either team. Goodman will swing it over to Lydia. And a traveling recall. So Lancers will be shooting free throws for the rest of the first half with 11:52 and counting. Could prove to be the difference in the game. Fouls being a big part of this game already for both teams. Kicks it back high. Swings it around to the corner. Finds and fakes. It's an option, gonna go opposite corner. Stepping up is Whelan. Deep corner. No option. Swings it back high to Whelan once again. Back to the corner. Fakes. Drives up high. Good pass across. Gets a good look. Langston won't take it. Pass the paint. Oh, Lord! But can't finish. Tipped. Saved by Lydia on the baseline and sent across to Nelner. Has Goodman ahead of her. Can't find her in time and give it to Gurgle instead. Back to Lydia. To the paint. Nelner one-on-one. Gurgle one-on-one. Not a very good angle. Force kick it out to Lydia. Back to Gurgle. She'll spin and take it back out up top. Back to Goodman. Back up top with Gurgle. Back over to Lydia. Pass deflected. Handled by Nelner. She'll turn, try to take it back inside. Triple teamed. Forced out into the hands of Lydia. She'll turn over to Gurgle. Gurgle got some space. Drives inside. Kick out Goodman. Deep 2 won't take it. Back out is Quaid. Quaid will take the 3. Quaid will knock it down. Quaid's first straight in a long time. Currently 16.7% three-point shooter. And a big hit there to put him up by 10. Back up top. Got a good look. The response. Can't hit. Rebounded by Goodman and back up top with Nelner. Back to Gurgle. Drives towards Goodman. Change direction, gonna give it to Quaid. Spinning. Back out Goodman. Goodman the open 3. Missed her first. This one bounced out as well. Nelner can't make it there in time. Goodman after going 4 for 4 in the game on Thursday. Comes up empty on her first 2. A couple of good looks as well. As she remains first on the Dairyland for 3-point percentage. And in attempts over 80, first in D5. And another travel time against Johnson. Ike's taking it in along with Radical. Came in fairly quickly after getting those 2 fouls. So we'll try to hope she doesn't get her third. As Lydia heads to the bench along with Gurgle. The paint with Quaid. Hands off to Nelner. All the way in. Can't finish. And rebounded by Johnson. Steps all the way up. Going to go high corner. Back to the paint. One-on-one with Quaid. Kick back out. Wide open 3. Johnson to take it. Off the back. Rebounded by Eichstead. Up the floor with Nelner. Over to Goodman. Back high with Nelner. Over to Eichstead. Back high with Nelner again. On that side. Off the foot. And now just roll all the way out of bounds. Pass will come in baseline from Goodman. Sends one high with Radical. Back to the corner. Goodman wide up from 3. Here's throw to the Knights. Still can't hit. It's in the hands of Radical alone. Knocks it down. Goodman now 0 for 3. The most space she's had. Still can't find it. As the Lancers do eventually go up by 12 off the rebound put back by Radical. She'll take this one away for her 3rd steal of the night. Leads the Dairyland 80 steals. already with 3 so far. Back up high with Milner. Pass to Radical. Telepassed all the way. Read well. Pass at the floor. Too hard. Foot on the line going back to the Lancers. And timeout called by the Lancers. 32 and 42. Sheffer and Kiesel getting ready to check back in. Both with 2 fouls apiece. 8:31 to go. Lancers up by 12. Timeout, 14-2. It's a 12-point lead for the Lancers. They have possession with Milner taking it back up the floor. 8:27 and counting. Drives inside, back across to Radical. And a travel on Radical. Wanted to pass inside or to drive inside. Neither was open, ended up shifting the pivot foot. As turnovers continue to mount up for both teams now. Always hard to play on a Saturday. As has been shown here early. Once again, Radical with the steal, but this time going to be called for the foul, and that's going to be her 3rd. Thought she had a clean look at it. About a 50-50, where that could be a foul or clean. Did not get the high percentage of that. She's back to the bench, possibly, most likely, for the rest of the half. In a game where she's contributed already 7 points and 3 steals. To the corner, Kiesel steps up, swings it high, gonna be handled. Back across, good look from Johnson, missed her first. This one off the front as well, rebounded by Gurgle. Gurgle averaging 2.2 rebounds per game, gets her first here early. She'll find Milner, Milner got the one-on-one, blows right by, gets him too close, it's off the bottom of the backboard. Johnson to the corner, good look at the 3. This one off the corner as well, rebounded by Gurgle. She's got 2 now. Just about their average, both back-to-back, and she'll swing it back over to Milner. Takes to the paint, screens from Eichstead, hands off to Goodman. Back to Milner. Takes to Quaid, she'll just drive in, and after getting a screen from Quaid, rims up and in, as Milner gets on the board for the first time tonight. Averaging 8.1 points per game. Been recently improving that over the last couple of games. As this one skip pass cross, good read from Milner, and he'll save for heading out of bounds. Averaging just 1 steal per game, there's her first. As she will hand it off to Goodman. Goodman went up in 3. Hesitant to take it now after missing her last 3, and will end up passing it up to Gurgle. Back to Goodman. Back to Gurgle. Over to Milner. Takes corner. Gonna find Eichstead. Eichstead will turn, put up a little fade, and knock it down. Eichstead a nice early hit to put him up by 16. Heyman moves up the bench as Gurgle tries to take it away, and will! Puts it up quickly, but can't quite finish. Tipped out of bounds, last touch by the Thunder. That one will stay with the Lancers. Gurgle also averaging 1 steal per game and gets her first there. As Milner will pass it in on the baseline. Passing baseline from Milner. Has Gurgle corner if she wants it. We'll try to get into Eichstead instead. Takes a bounce around and is being handled by Quaid and peace out. Jump ball, which will head to the Thunder. Back up the floor goes Kiesel. Fakes, needs an option. Get past across. Good look from Kiesel. Won't take it. Kick back out. To the corner. Deep 2. Flanchen steps in to make a little floater. Can't finish. Rebound inside. Taken away by Nelner. Now she loses it. Taken back by Lingen. And over and back going to be called. Heyman enters in for Quaid. inside. Kick out to Nelner. Sends it high to Eichstead. Takes a step inside. Hesitates. Now needs a kick out. Finds Hammett. Over to Nelner. To the paint with Hammett. Hit from behind and kicked out of bounds. Pass to the paint. Kick back out. Peace out. Handled by Linesman. Stuck in the corner. And the travel. Lydia back in, this time for Nelner. She will pass it into Gurgle. Not a very high scoring game. Thunder still only with 2 points. As Blanche defense has been on par so far tonight. Offense struggling a little bit, well below their average in the half. As Hamilton in the corner to Gurgle. Probably due because Radical has been out with 3 fouls for a decent amount of time. Probably not to return here in the first half. Finds Hammett. Hammett got some space. Going to go corner Lydia. Lydia thinks about it. Now will take it. And will knock it down. Lydia's first for the night will fall. A 17.9% three-point shooter. Went 1 for 2 in their last game, but hit a big one in that game. One here puts them up 19. To the corner. Too hard through the hands of Linesman. Going right back to the Lancers. Over to Lydia. Thinks about it. Gonna step in, take it again. There it is again! Back to back from Lydia. Giving her the space she needs. She's got 6 and lead up to 22. Back across. Up top and swing it around. Good luck from Kisau. Points starting to fall now for both teams. And the Lancers with 6 straight. Lydia swings it around to Hammett. Fakes to Goodman. Goes corner to Gurgle. Back up high with Goodman. Goodman drives inside. Kick out Hammett, but a travel called before. Under 4 minutes to go. Fresh off their latest 3. So they go right back to Kisau. Fake. Now go corner to line jam. Finds Kisau. Kisau will step in. Bad angle. Trying to kick it out. Past deflected, and that'll stay with the Thunder. Up top to Kisau. Gets it over to Johnson. Back up side with Kisau. Moves it around. Gonna drive inside. Pass across. Got a lane and traveling call. Nope, foul. Called on Hammett. Baseline from Kisau. Through the hands of Wayne once again. And going to be handled by Lydia. That angle gets across, taken away. And now a jump ball going to be called. Staying with the Lancers. Good hustle from Lydia and Gurgle as they both get their way down the floor. Lydia with the steal, a pass across, and now possession arrow was facing the wrong direction. So it'll go back to the Thunder. Come on. So ends up going back the other way. As possession arrow didn't move. They're still facing that direction the whole time. I'm not sure why they called it Thunder initially. But ends up going with the Lancers. Back up top with Gurgle. Thinks it high to Hammett. Back over to Gurgle. Finds Lydia. Lydia's got some space. She'll take it again. Travel called before the shot. goes Kiesel. To the corner. And now they're going to swing it deeper corner. Kiesel swinging up and around. Johnson got some space to the paint. She'll turn, look, back up top. Back to the corner. Good look at the three. Comes up short. Rebound Eichstead. And she'll hand off to Girdle. Back to Lydia. Brings it high to Hammett. Goes corner to Eichstead. Back up top with Hammett, pass deflected. She'll handle it. Fake high. Now going to find Girdle. Girdle will spin. Finds Lydia. Pass to Quaid. Quaid will fake, step inside. Trying to get an angle, nothing there. Back to Girdle. Girdle can't handle it. And back up the floor, go to the Thunder with 2:23 to go. Johnson fakes, gonna go deep corner. Kiesel back to the paint, a little bit too high, but had some space if he could get it in there. As Girdle will now take it back up the floor for the Lancers. Pass to the paint, taken away. There's a man in front, one-on-one with Hammett. And Hammett picks up her second foul. And sends her to the line to take two. Middle check in for Eichstead. Couple free throws from Kiesel. Puts them back within 17, 24-7 with 2:01 to go here in the first half. Timeout, 24-7, a 17-point lead for the Lancers as they hold on to possession here. Fresh off of two free throws on the other end, finds Hammett. To the paint with Girdle. It's being taken away once again by Whelan. Over to Johnson, deeper corner. Back up with Johnson. Swings around the perimeter. Back over to Johnson. To the deep corner. Drives in baseline. Cut off. This is back high. Johnson. And travel called before. 1:34 to go. Girdle back up top. And hand it out to Goodman. Goodman fakes, steps up, and give it to Hammett. Back to Goodman. Corner to Nelman. To the paint with Goodman, swatted away. That's going to stay with the Lancers. Gonna find Goodman. Goodman, good look. Rims out. Rebound Nelner. Takes it back out. Kicks it out. Goodman open three. Won't take it. Drives to the corner. Finds Hammett. Back up top with Goodman. Over to Girdle. Steps inside. Back to Goodman. Fakes will find Hammett. Gonna find Goodman in the paint. Got the one-on-one. Puts one up. Can't finish. Gurgle ran past it. Now will save it. That's being handled by Johnson. Triple team. Gets it out. Pushing the floor is Wheelan. Hands off top to Kiso. Back inside. Deeper corner. Good catch. Sends it back in. One-on-one. That angle. Fakes. Option. Gonna finally get it out. And now skip pass across. Wheelan will step inside. Good look. Off to the left. Rebounded by Quaid. Handed off to Goodman. Quaid averaging 7.5 rebounds per game. Fourth in the Dairyland. She's going to be the main rebounder so far for the Lancers with Radical out. As they finds her at the elbow for a nice bucket. Right before the half ends. She's got 5 seconds and counting. Got to get one up. Finds Kiso. Fakes. Back up top from blue line. Nothing there. 26-7. A strong defensive half for the Lancers. They lead by 19. We're back in 10 minutes for the second half. back for the second half. Lancers up by 19, 26-7. As the Thunder will get possession to start off the second half. Pass will come in to Kiesau. Trying to drive in on Gurgle. Forwards back out. Gonna swing a deep corner. Radical back in with those 3 fouls. Trying to avoid getting a fourth. Pass swatted away. Ends up being handled. Kick back to the paint. Swatted away once again. This time handled by Gurgle. Bodies to the floor as the Lancers got a 5-on-4. Radical will drive inside. Kick out corner. Goodman wide open 3. Missed all ones in the first half. This one will fall. Goodman's first of the night finds. As now Radical gets the steal back going the other way. Has Gurgle off the side. Going to take it herself. Can't finish. Rebound inside and hand it off up top. So Lancers come out firing. A couple of nice steals. Can't finish that one, but the last one brought him up by 22, 29, 27 as the pressure continues from Gurgle. Pressure going to get it out and swing a deep corner. Back to the paint. Has a lane and a finish. Nice finish from Kiesau. He's got 4. New leading score for the Thunder. Brings it back within 20. Direction. Into the paint with Radical. Taking the pass off, taking it out of the hands, and now a jump ball going to be called, which will stay with the Lancers. Passing from Nelner. Needs an option, has Goodman high, going to find Radical instead. Radical will put one up, comes up short, rebound Nelner. He'll dribble back out and find Quaid. Hits Goodman. Goodman is second of the half. Who falls well? Back to back for Goodman now after missing 4 in the first half. Now 2 for 2 coming out of the half. Yeah, nearly came with a steal there. Ends up just forcing the turnover. And it goes right back to the Lancers. Back up top with Gurgle. Finds Nelner. Takes the paint. Nelner going to take it herself. Finds Radical. Radical good look. Going to bank it in. Radical's got 9. Kiesau in for an option. Going to find Langer. Takes. Steps up. Forced back up by Gurgle. Picks up a dribble. Pass tipped out and taken away by Goodman. She'll slow it down and find Nelner. Goodman averaging 1.8 steals per game. It's her first steal tonight. She'll swing it over to Nelner. Back to paint with Gurgle. Tip that over her hands. Going to save it. Nelner gets in the corner. Trying to get this possession of it. Finally will. And we'll slow it down with Gurgle up top. Step inside. Trying to find Radical. Find Quaid instead. Thinks about a 3. Won't take it. Back to Nelner. Nelner will take her second 3 of the game. Off the inside. Rebound Radical. Dribbles out. Finds Nelner. Nelner drives inside. Got a lane. Can't finish, but is fouled. And he'll send Nelner to the line. Nelner to the line as a 3.5% free throw shooter. Trying to add her to the line, which is currently at 2. The first bounce throw. Second off the corner, tipped up in the air, rebounded by Quaid, hands off to Nelner. She'll drive back inside, kick out Gurgle. Over to Goodman. Back high with Gurgle. Goes opposite. Finds Nelner. Got Goodman coming corner, gonna find Radical instead. Over to Gurgle. Gurgle out of lane, gonna pull up and knock it down. Gurgle's first point tonight causes a timeout. Gurgle averaging 3.5 as a 27-point lead with 15:09 sends us to the first timeout of the half. Time 30-69, 27-point lead for the Lancers with 15:09 to go here in the second half. Thunder back up the floor. Gonna swing a corner. Barely staying in bounds, now double teamed, and a jump ball gets called, which will stay with the Thunder. Pass from the side from Whelan. Bounce pass out, gonna find Gizo. Will step in. Worked out, takes back over to Whelan, now gonna find her. Back over to Gizo. In the corner. Langton, pass deflected, tipped around. And he'll stay with the Thunder. Passer from Kiesel. Sit in. Takes back Kai. Gonna try to go in baseline. Cut off by Nelner. Moves over to double team and he'll take it away. Up to Gurgle. Over to Goodman. Gonna find the paint. Pass deflected away. Gonna be a pass in baseline. Johnson goes in for Kiesel. Got a glass, she wants it. And he gave it to her from the free throw line. We'll step inside, kick out corner, now going to do two. Gonna knock it down. And they've got 4 as the lead goes up to 29. Johnson facing, he get it back over. Back high with Johnson. Back over to Whelan. We'll take the 3. Banks and rims out. Rebound by Kiesel in the corner. Double teamed. Ends up rolling it out. Johnson got some space. Quick 2. Can't finish. Rebound Kiesel inside. Still can't finish. And eventually rebounded by Radical with a jump ball. This will go back to the Lancers. Siegel in for Langton. And Gerd will take it back up the floor. He's back off to Girdle. There's an option. Josh Goodman. Hand it off to her. Good look at a 3. This one banks off. And rebounded by Whelan. There you go, corner. Tipped by Radical. Still handled by Kiesel. Pass the paint. Taken away by Nelner. Weaves through traffic all the way in. Kick out Goodman. Wide open 3. She'll take this one as well and knock it down. A little bit rushed on the last one this time. All the time in the world. She's got 11 now. 3 for 4 on 3s in the second half. Steps inside. Kicks it back out. Deep corner. And another jump ball. Staying with the Thunder. It's an option. Time running out. Sends one deep. And handled by Johnson. Back to Johnson. Sends one high to Whelan. Whelan will step inside. Little floater. Can't hit. Rebounded by Radical. The leading rebounder in D5. Picks up another one here with 12:32 to go. Gurgle up top. Tipped out of Gurgle's hands, so let it go. And that'll stay with the Lancers. Hoffman getting another in. Had a very nice JV game. Ended up with 8. There's in for the first time to light for Johnson. Pass in will find Gurgle. Pass deflected and handled by Quaid. Back out with Radical. Radical will drive inside. Can't finish. Rebounded by Hoffman and back up the floor with Kiesel. Drives inside, kicks it back out up top. Whelan steps through to the corner. Good look. Deep two. Hoffman can't hit. Tipped up. Rebounded by Radical. Back up with Milner. Corner to Milner. To the paint with Gurgle. Double team, looking for a kick out. Finds Goodman. Goodman got some space. Just went to Radical instead. Got the one-on-one. Sweeps through. Little fade. Comes up short. Rebound Milner. Can't finish as well. Rebounded by Hoffman. Radical gets in front. Gonna swing it over to Kiesel. Kiesel open three. Won't take it. Steps inside. Back up top. Deep to the corner. And foul gonna be called. And the second foul of the half. First one on the Lancers as Hammett and Lydia will enter in. As the foul goes against Goodman. Finds it entering in as well for Kiesel. Up top. Sit out. Spin. Look for an option. Goes deep corner. Finds it. Back up top. Backing around into the paint. Kick back out. Back up high. Hoffman. Good look. Won't take it. Back out. He will take it. Off the back rim. Rebounded by Milner. Back over to Lydia. And a foul call open. He's stealing. Second of the half for the Thunder. And the first on Whelan. Gets out to Milner. Pass deflected. And gonna go back to the Thunder. In across the line goes Hoffman. Picks up the dribble, needs an option. And we'll find Sieg. Back over to Hoffman. To the paint. Mishandled, now gonna kick back out to Sieg. Pass deflected by Lydia. Now gonna go right back to that corner. Handled by Whelan, gets a screen, steps inside. Kick back out for Hoffman. Hoffman swings it around. Deep to the corner. Back to the paint, taken away by Quaid. Ball on the floor. And a jump ball going to the Lancers. Finds Lydia, back over to Milner. And then we'll take it up the floor. Off the ball. Holds on to it. Throws back out. And he'll find Radical. Good find with Hammett. Hammett puts one up, draws the foul, and Hammett gonna head to the line. Hammett will shoot two. First one at the line with under 10 minutes to go. Forcing off the front of him. Hammett's second. Off the front as well, tipped out and rebounded by Milner. Milner driving right back inside. And she'll head back to the line to take two more. Milner's out. Only 0 for 6 on free, or 0 for 5 on free throw so far tonight. Getting ready to take her 6 as Ike's going to run her in for Radical. Her second will bounce the rim out, rebounded and sent up the floor. For Hoffman, slow it down. Back up high. Donahue steps through. Kick out. Hoffman won't take it. Drives back inside. Hands up Donahue. Kick out corner lines in. Back out with Hoffman. Hoffman did look. Can't hit. Rebounded by Eichstead. So hold it. And find Quaid. A little handoff to Nelner. Screen from Quaid. Nelner will stop. Pass to Quaid in the paint. Little fade. Can't hit it. And rebounded by the Thunder. Wheeling up top. We'll see back high. We'll find Hoffman. Back to the corner with Whelan. Directing traffic, sends him back high. Quick swing around. Hammett, good read. Can't quite finish the steal. Oh, lane inside of the travel. No get fouled. He's going on the foul against Quaid. Pass in will go deep. Got a good look at that three for Hoffman. We'll take it back to the paint. Donahue one-on-one. Help comes. And another jump ball. Which will stay with the Thunder. That's some baseline. Gonna send one deep. Handle. She'll step through. Kick out corner. C. Back up high. To the paint. Donahue will turn. No option. Back up top. Steps around. Pass deflected. Taken away by Hammett. Sends one deep with Lydia. Pressure all around and it's easily taken away. Pass bounces off a couple of knees and a jump ball that should be called. Wait, ball. Williams on in for the first time tonight, along with Gurgle for Nelner and Lydia. Williams had a very nice JV night, including hitting the three that sent them to overtime. Ended up with 2 threes in that game and a total of 10 points. Leading them to an overtime victory by 2, 45-43. See what you can bring to the table in the varsity game as Radical gets a check back in as well. As Gurgle will swing out with Hammett and will return. Got some space in front of will find Gurgle. Back out. Brings it high to Eichstead. Takes to Williams. Give it over to Gurgle. Back across to Williams. Screen. She'll step inside. Kick out Hammett. Takes a look to drive around. Back up top with Quaid. Finds Hammett inside. Pass deflected. And taken away. Up to Whelan. To the corner. Deeper corner. Steps up and will hand it off high. And a travel going to be called. Radical enter in for Quaid, along with Johnson and Sheffer for the Thunder. .7:40 to go. Out to Williams. The thing with Gurgle and the travel called the horn. Top is Johnson. Gonna go corner. Takes to the paint. Goes deeper corner. Looking to drive inside on Hammett. That angle. They'll finish anyway. Right off the glass. We're there. Over to Williams. Back up high with Radical. To the paint with Williams. Williams got some space. Draws the foul and she'll head to the line. And nope. And we called the travel beforehand as the lead's cut down to 30. Johnson back high. Looking to his Hoffman. That's the foul on Hammett. That's the third on Hammett. Sends it to the line to take 2. First off the bat. Second bounce out as well. Rebounded by Radical. Got a 1-on-3, she'll slow it down. That's to Eichstead, double teaming, and kick back out to Williams. Williams sends it around to Gurgle. Gurgle will bounce out. Back to Radical. Gives it to Eichstead. Eichstead can't handle the pass. Stuck in the corner now, needs an option. Radical there to get it. Skip pass across to Gurgle. Gurgle, good look. Comes up short. And handled in the corner. Back up high with Hoffman. The paint tipped away. And a foul going to call. In will be Kiesel. The pass coming in from Sieg. Pass deep, deflected by Radical, still going to be handled. Kiesel fakes, going to go corner. Sieg open 3, off the top of the backboard, rebounded by Williams, and she is fouled. 15 foul now as Nona will check in. For Gurgle. Good pick with Eichstead. And a travel. Back up before it goes Giesel. Inside, gonna kick back out. Good look from Johnson. Rings up and in. Johnson's first points of the night. And she brings him back within 38. Sorry, 28. Take it by with Nelner and another trap. And a timeout going to be called. 5:46 to go, 41-13, a 28-point lead here in the second half. After timeout, 41-13, a 28-point lead as Kiesel takes it back out. Steps inside, good look. Off the corner, even like Dunahey, back up and in. Dunahey now is 6 as Nelner takes it back up the floor. Over to Goodman. Back up top with Nelner. Fakes, gonna find Williams. And jump ball going back to the Thunder. Over to Johnson. Back to the corner. Tipped up in the air, taken away by Radical. Over to Nelner. To the paint with Radical. Radical steps through. And she is fouled. Hoffman. And And it'll be Milner who will pass it in baseline. Right to Radical. Back up top with Williams. Williams fakes, steps through, steps back. Pass too high. Picked up by Radical. Pass deflected and taken away. Go around. Fakes, going to hand it back off up top. Drives all the way in, releases the ball, and going back to the Lancers. Coming up top. Over to Goodman. Back up top with Neller. Gonna find Williams. To the corner with Goodman. Back with Radical, so step through. Hand off to Eichstead. Little fade, sends it long. Good running by Williams. And tipped out of bounds last touch by Johnson. Timeout called by the Lancers. Pass in baseline from Milner off the timeout. 4:08 to go. Finds Radical. Looks the pass, gonna find Williams. Back up top with Milner. Gives it over to Williams. Tipped out of her hands, handled by Williams. And now a foul gonna be called. And that's gonna send her to the line to take a 1-and-1. Williams looking for her first points in this game. Out and rebounded and sent out to Whelan. Steps around, trying to hand it off to Hoffman. Eventually will. Gives it over to Johnson. Back up high, no one there. Williams will take it away. Got a 2-on-1. Passing down a little bit late, ends up being tipped away. She'll get it back. And a foul to be called. Points of the game for her. She will take her second, trying to make it a 28-point lead. Bounces out, rebounded by Radical. She'll dribble it back out and reset. Over to Nelner. Gives it to Eichstead. She'll fake. She's an option. Back up high with Nelner. Nelner spins around. Backs out beyond blue line. Pass to Radical, wasn't looking. And it's taken away by Dunne. The floor with Johnson. Pass deflected, handled. The side, Radical there. And a jump ball going back with the Lancers. Finds Goodman. Back up high with Neller. Takes an option. Bounce pass over to Goodman. About a three, he'll step inside. Back to Radical. Back to Goodman. Takes out of her hand. She'll get it back. Back to Radical. Over to Nelner. Nelner steps out. Snaps in, and jump ball going to be called. Going back to the Thunder. Back over to Johnson. To the corner. Back up high with Johnson. When she gets it out, good look at a three. Hey, she'll knock it down. Wheelan's first point of the night brings them back within 24. North picks it up, gonna find Goodman. Back up top with Nelner. And a double grip. Ruba, Anderson, and Ness will all in. And Liddy will enter as well for Eichstätt. Brings it back high. Hoffman will go to 3. He'll step inside instead. Good little move. Has some space. Draws the foul. And she's back at the line. First one bounce in for Hoffman. Second trying to hit the 20s. Bounce out, rebounded by Radical. Set up the floor to Lydia. Finds Radical. Takes the handoff. Takes the handoff again. Kick out corner to Goodman. Goodman 3. She'll knock another one down. Goodman now with 14. Strong showing from her. She brings him right back up by 26. To the paint. Steps through, kick back out. Good look. 32, gonna bounce out. Rebounded by Williams. Back over to Radical. And over to Lydia. 120 and counting. Over to Williams. Over to Radical. Back up high with Nolan. So Ben gets over to Lydia. Back for Radical. Still drive inside. All the way in. Kick out Williams. Good look. And she'll knock it down. Pressure comes past the flag. They're going to be handled by Ness. Back to the corner. Fakes. And a jump. Nope, travel. Either way, it's going to go back to the Lancers with 40.9 to go. Over to Williams. 32 seconds to go. Back up high with Goodman. Hands off to Lydia. Pass inside to Goodman. Pass deflected. Taken away. Ness back up the floor. 20 seconds to go, possibly for the last time tonight. As she'll hand it off the top. Donahue steps through. Kick out. Hoffman deep 2. Bounces out. Tipped by Williams. Going to be handled by Ness. 10 seconds to go. Duba. Kick out. Open look. Bouncing off the front. Gets out, driven by Williams. She'll try to push the floor. 3 seconds to go. Radical will take it. Get it. 47-19, a 28-point win for the Lancers as they improve to 10-6 on the year. With the Thunder dropping down to 1-16, we will see you next week. Monday, the Lancers take on Osseo. The guys that'll be at Osseo, and then the girls travel to Melrose on Tuesday. Lancers 10 on the year. Take this one, 48-19.